Hey guys, Professor Bill Comic Book University, and Thor, issue number 13. This was a really cool book that I wish wasn't written. I'm going to get more into detail on that in a little while. First, credit where it's due. Alright, so this is called The Ballad of Kull Borson, the God of Fear. That's about to be a name change. No spoilers. Writer Jason Aaron, artist Mike Del Mundo, colors Mike Del Mundo and Marco D'Alfonso. VC's Joe Sabino on letters and production. The logo is Jay Bowen. The cover artist, Mike Del Mundo. And variant cover artists, Heejin Jeon, who does the Battle Lines variant cover, and Alex frickin' Ross. All right. So Thor, of course, was created by the brothers of Stan Lee and Larry Lieber, and the badass Asgardian god himself, Jack Kirby. Okay. So, this is a story about Kull Borson. You saw it on the front cover. The title is Thor, but that's Kull, and a whole lot of dark elf mask faces things. It looks like the Court of Owls, right? So, man, now all of a sudden I got a Thor versus the the Talon story in my head. Anyway, so this was not a Thor story. In fact, Thor was nothing but an afterthought in this, and an afterthought in the past. There was one panel of him from the past, and just whatever. This was a Kull Borson story. It's a good story, though. It's a really good story. A little bit of redemption, a new character shift for Kull. If he survives, hell's to the yes, and very interesting. But this was not a Thor story, even though it's a Thor book. Thor's on the title. Thor's, like his name. That's the name of this book. Look, I don't wish that this book wasn't actually written, being a bit facetious with that in the beginning of this review. What I wish is that the story is more authentic. Look, I know that Jason Aaron is leaving the book. It's going to be the final Thor story that he tells. That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I genuinely am. But here's the thing. I'm mostly looking forward to it because I just want to see Thor written again. I mean, this is supposed to be the Asgardian story that Thor isn't in. What the hell? What the hell? And even when all of a sudden he shows up, he's not actually on any missions himself. No. When he finally shows up in the War of the Realms, he's just, what is it, the Journey into Mystery story? Whatever their story it is. He's telling Spider-Man to go off and fight. Like he's a leader all of a sudden, like Captain America. No, he's not. No, he's not. Thor's not a leader. Thor's not competent enough to be a leader. He's a soldier. He's a fighter, not a soldier. He's a warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's not a leader. He couldn't lead ants to a picnic, damn it. Anyway, yeah, so bang, you have a Kull Borson story. Look, here's what I really want. Okay, as great as this story was, the only way I could see this being any better is if it wasn't in a Thor story. Rather, what if instead Jason Aaron was just writing a title called Asgard? I mean, would that be so wrong? You know what I'm saying? This way he's doing world building. Hell, realm building, for crying out loud. I mean, what he's trying to do is to essentially outdo Walter Simonson, which can be done. I'm sure it can be done. It's not going to be this is nowhere near the epic level of storytelling that Walter Simonson's Thor run was. That's, in my opinion, that's the greatest run on comic books ever, in the history of forever, Like, that's Epic of Gilgamesh level, or, the Volsong. But what I'd like to see is for him to do that realm building in a book about Asgard. Hell, the hell do I know? Calling it freaking Asgard. Call it Journey into Mystery, for crying out loud. Have another book, and they've done it before. They brought the title back before. Heck, they've got the crossover thing, the tie-in event for Journey into Mystery. Just have another, like, what is this, the third volume or so of Journey into Mystery? I guess it would be the fourth one now, where Jason Aaron can just tell all of these kinds of good stories in there. But I haven't seen Thor in the War of the Realms. I haven't seen Thor in his own comic book, for crying out loud. I saw him talking angrily to his dad, and it was mostly an Odin story, I'm seeing this, and it's like, these are good stories, but where's Thor? Because I think Thor should be in his own book, don't you? Why doesn't Jason Aaron just do, if he loves doing this so much, which he obviously does, just have him write a Journey into Mystery book and have somebody else who wants to write about Thor do a Thor story. This way, Jason Aaron can write about, freaking Korbalson. Why do I do that? Kull Borson. He could write about Odin. He could write about Frigga. He could write about Freya for all I care. He could write about Tyr. He could write about Malekith. He could write about Curse. I would read the hell out of a Curse story. He could tell all these cool stories, point of views from people in Asgard, mortals who got trapped in the Asgardian realms, whatever, scribes, seers, anything along those lines. He can write about anything he wants. But he's writing about pretty much everything except for Thor. And that's, sorry, a Thor book is not the place to be writing about other than Thor. My opinion, my humble opinion. Love what he's doing. I just wish that he was doing it in the proper book. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Definitely go and buy this book. Just expect Thor is going to be in one panel in the past as an afterthought. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.